guys, in this video I'm going to be drawing one of my favorite childhood toys. I loved the Ninja Turtles growing up. If you watched my How I Learned to Draw video, I drew a lot of Ninja Turtles, and that's how I kind of started out drawing. So right here I am just kind of sketching out this drawing like I do most of my daily sketches. I'm dealing with some foreshortening here with the foot, so I'm working on that a little bit, and with the arm there. And foreshortening is one of those things you just have to fail at a bunch of times until you start to kind of get it, I feel like. I feel like now I've got a decent grasp on it as far as the human figure goes. It's still pretty tough though. Sometimes I'll draw something trying to foreshorten it and it just looks horrible. This one I actually like. It turned out pretty cool. So at this point of one of my daily sketches, I would start to render stuff with my pencil shading and things like that. But since I'm going to be doing this in Copic marker, I'm going to start using ink pens. I've been wanting to mess around with the markers on this paper for a while. I just haven't had a chance to do it. I think I might actually start carrying the markers with me and do some daily sketches, because I feel like there's just a lot I can do with them that could, lend themselves to some really cool drawings. So right here I'm using my Prismacolor black ink pens to kind of outline stuff. I like to use the really thick ink pens on the outsides of shapes, like the main shape, and then the details on the inside, I like to use the sharper pen. I just feel like line quality, that's one of the things you should strive for in your artwork, and that kind of helps me achieve that. I feel like this is a good time to definitely get the point across that really you can never ruin a drawing. You should really, I guess you probably could if you tried hard enough, but if things aren't turning out the way you really want it to and you feel like you totally screwed up, just keep at it, because you never know how it's going to end up. And at this point I was like, oh geez, this green is horrible. It's so dark, and it's just sitting so dark on my paper. And I feel like I ended up salvaging it, just adding highlights, and I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out either. So this was all kind of experimentation, especially on this paper. And I definitely learned a lot. There's a lot of things I would completely do differently. I didn't hardly use my blender at all on the markers. And I feel like the paper didn't allow me to blend as well as some of the marker paper I used in the past. But that's what you get when you experiment. You kind of take things that you would have done differently, and I feel like I did learn some things from this drawing, and it turned out all right. I'm not super happy with it, but it was fun to do, and like I said, I learned something. So. So with the little hair or head ties that he's kind of got flowing in the wind, you'll see me start to render those in here in a second. I use a different approach. I just take the big fat marker and go really fast. And I actually really like the line quality I got with that. So the next illustration I do, I might just do the entire thing, like do a really light sketch and do the whole thing in that style, really loose. But that's the thing, is there's a couple things I picked up from this drawing that is going to help me be a better artist. And that's going real fast with those black markers and that leather glove. So at least that's two things I know I learned. Bye.